So now that we've brought you up to speed on Bar-i as a company and what we see is going forward, let's talk a little bit more in detail now about the training and support that we're going to provide for our franchisees. Obviously, the whole idea of a franchise model is to take a successful, proven business model that we have here in Colorado and scale it and replicate it many times to be a profitable business. And basically, we're a partnership in that you're our partner by taking our brand further in the country, generating revenue, and obviously share a small portion of that through payment of a royalty. And similarly, you're relying on us to provide the expertise, skills, software, so that you can operate your business in a similar way to ours, so you can see the same benefits and rewards that we do. So just a quick word on technology. We definitely are a technology company of sorts, and we really think that there's big opportunities, particularly in training, to try and streamline some of the more mundane sort of procedural elements of the training. Also, as we're doing, for example, with this for videos, rather than have this conversation 50 times over, our intention is to have this information in a video. Therefore, when our franchisees come back, you'll have all the base knowledge and you'll have specific questions, and those conversations will be a lot more meaningful. We intend to apply the same sort of system with our training system. So that will start with some self-study training modules with videos, and then multiple choice questions to run through the basic introduction. And then we'll launch on into our pre-training. And the pre-training is basically the training to get you up to speed and take care of as many of the setup elements as we can before you come to Colorado, when the training will start properly, I would say. So during pre-training, we're going to have a series of said self-study modules and then online web meetings where we will help you purchase, install, and become familiar with all of your equipment and software that we're using to run your Bar-i business. And we'll also, that will basically, as I said, get you up to speed and familiar with the software, and it means that when you come out to Colorado, the time will be spent learning how to use it in a real-world environment rather than familiarizing yourself with it. And we always find whenever we're training, whether it be a new staff member, or it always takes an enormous amount of time. So, as I said, using videos and web meetings to get some of that work done on the front end should maximize the value that we get spending 2 weeks together in Colorado. So for phase one training, as I said, come to Colorado for 2 weeks. We'll work through a series of staged training modules still. Start with the basics like entering invoices, doing the counting, and then progress up to the more technical elements like integrating with the point of sale, writing recipes, and optimizing the system, and then sort of the consulting and sales elements that really important part of the value that we provide for our clients. So at the end of 2 weeks, the aim is that you will be familiar and comfortable using the software on existing clients, and then you'll have seen a broad range of sort of situations with our clients here in Denver, and it will mean that when you go back and we do phase two training in your home territory, we can concentrate on the nuance of setting up new bars, but you'll have completed a number of audits on existing clients, which obviously are more simple and easier because we've sort of worked out many of the issues. So in between phase one and phase two training, you'll be required to set up some free trials with local bars or restaurants in your area. And then during the training, we'll work together on those clients to make sure those numbers are dialed in. And then in terms of the ongoing training, we want to kind of pare back the support we give you in stages, systematically based on sort of your level of attainment, making sure you're getting it, and then stepping back. So to begin with, after we leave, we'll require that every audit result or every report that you send out is forwarded to us beforehand, and we'll have a meeting to go through the results. It's typically the case that there might be 4 hours of work in an audit, but a quick 15-minute meeting, web meeting, looking at the same results, having someone that's done thousands of audits look through the results with you will really help to make sure the results are accurate, and we're putting our best foot forward with our new clients. And then once you've completed perhaps the first 10 audits, we'll step that level back and have you just CC us on all of our emails that are sent out, and have support when requested. From that point, we'll be doing weekly meetings and review your weekly operations on a sort of aggregate basis, so going through everything at a sort of lighter and quicker level for the whole week. And then the next stage will be to actually have you basically independently operating and have us there on a as needed basis. But it's really important, again, that use of technology. Whenever you have a question, typically it's going to be with specifics of an audit, and because of the way our software is linked through the cloud, we have access to all of the client files that you're loading. And so if you phone us up and say, hey, I'm having a problem over at Bob's Bar, instantly that information is on our computer, and so we can look at the same thing as you and have a meaningful conversation. And we think that by having meaningful, smaller interactions that are easy online web meeting, we'll actually be able to have them more frequently and have the sort of support as and when it's needed. Said we have two owners and an employee who are all have completed thousands of audits each. So by supporting you by web meeting, we'll ensure that you don't get stuck on problems and you're putting your best foot forward and providing good results to your clients. So that's it for training. Next up, we'll talk about the costs.